Hello everyone and welcome back to a new Junk Journal with me video. This week I am sharing with you some vintage card games and playing cards that I recently got, and I'm going to show you how I use them in my journal. So first up are these Harry Potter playing cards, which obviously aren't vintage because it's Harry Potter, but they kind of look vintage. I am a massive Harry Potter fan, so these are definitely going to be very useful for my junk journals. I've then got this National Trust set of playing cards with lots of different things on there to look out for when you're traveling, so things like cows and rivers and bridges, and yeah, sort of a game for children, I suppose. I've got some vintage looking tarot cards. Again, I don't think these are really vintage, but the illustrations to me look quite vintage, so that's what we're going for. I've then got a set of playing cards from a game, and the main thing that I liked about this set was the scorecards, so I'm going to use them in my journal today. So we are journaling about a trip to the seaside that we took earlier this year, and we did some rock pooling. Theo was learning about all the creatures that live in the sea, so we took his bucket and spade and had a lovely day at our local seaside doing some rock pooling to see if we can find any little creatures, which we did. We found quite a few actually. It was quite interesting. He loved it. He had a great time, so yeah, that was lovely, and that's what we're going to be journaling about today. So as I've gone through those cards that I've shown you, I pulled out a couple of things which I know I want to use in the journal because I know that they'll go with the theme of under the sea that we're going for today. So I've got two pattern papers. These are both from Coco Vanilla Studio, really pretty papers, and I'm going to use these as like a title page for what we're doing. The page that I was working on in my journal was just blank, so I thought I'd get some patterns in there. I've got this gorgeous washi tape running along the bottom that looks like the seaside. These are really pretty washi tapes. I've got another one and I think it's sort of a mountain scene. They're really lovely. I'm going to be using them a lot. I've then got these letter stickers. I found a lovely big pack of these stickers in a charity shop for very little money, so I was quite pleased with this find. And yeah, I've just written the title rock pooling across that ripped pattern paper that I've got, and I'm going to sew through those letters just to make sure that they stay put. I've found a beautiful blue vintage lace that I'm going to sew along the left hand side of this pattern paper. It's beautiful and I love a bit of texture in my journal, so yeah, that's going to be sewn along there. I've got a lovely photo of the three of us at the seaside, and then I wanted a few things to decorate the rest of this page, so I found a sticker of a manta ray, and then I've gone through this book. It's called Every Boy's Book of Ships or something, really old. Lovely book, loads of lovely images in there, and I found one of sort of the coastal scene, so I've cut that out and I'm going to add that to my page. And then I went through my vintage cigarette cards and I found a few of sort of seaside themes, so sort of ships, seaside creatures, shells, you know, things, anything that remotely relates to a seaside or under the sea, I'm adding to this page. So you would have seen I sewed all around the edge of that pattern paper, added the lace, and then I added some stitches to the things that I've stuck onto the page to add more texture and interest. Then this page is a folded page, so I've opened it out and I've got quite a few photos. As per usual, I take many photos whenever we're doing something fun, and I find it really hard to get rid of any of them. I always want to keep them all and add them to my journal, particularly if Theo is in any of them. Obviously I want to keep them. So yeah, I've got a lot of photos to add to this page, so I'm going to create a larger collage using one of my photo collages and then two extra pictures, and that's going to fit the left hand side of my folded out page. because it's a larger page, so I can fit that on there. And then I've added one of those scorecards from the game that I got, and that's going to be where I add my journaling. I absolutely love these. I'll probably scan in these scorecards so that I can carry on using them when I've actually used the real thing. I can then use the image of them. I do tend to do that just so I don't sort of lose anything for forever. So I'm adding that large collage onto that page, and I've added one of the Harry Potter cards of a mermaid. So yeah, I've used that to just decorate that side of the page. I've had to be careful where I stick things because there is a big fold in the page, so I don't want to stick anything thick over that fold because it makes it really hard to fold back and to stay flat. I've got these beautiful envelopes with these different images on the inside flap. This one is obviously of a little sailboat, so I've used that to add some interest to the page as well. And in there I've popped another one of the Harry Potter cards of a Grindylow, which is also a water creature. Unfortunately, we didn't see any Grindylows while we were at the seaside, but you know, maybe better luck next time, we'll see. I've added some more of that scenic washi tape to the bottom of that envelope. I love how that looks. And then I've added another cigarette card to the side of my photo collage, which is lovely. I love the cigarette cards. I have quite a nice collection now. Again, I do need to scan them in because that's one thing I haven't done, and like I said, I don't want to lose them forever, so I will scan them in so I can keep them. I'm now working on the back of that page, and again it's just a plain white paper, so I've added another cocoa vanilla pattern paper to that for a bit more interest, a bit more colour on the page. I find it hard to just leave a page white. I like a bit of colour or pattern. I've used, oh, you can see here, Theo wanted to say hello, so he's giving everybody a little wave there, which is so cute. So I've used that tarot card as a flip out, and I've added a collage to the flip out of that with that tarot card, so you'll see when we flip back to that page, you'll see what I mean. And then I've added the rest of my photos to that page. The tarot card as well had sort of a beach in the background. There wasn't many I could use for the seaside theme from the tarot cards, but that one seemed to work quite nicely. I've added a bit of journaling to that inside page, and some of my stickers from various sticker sheets that I'm trying to use up. You'll see a lot of them are nearly finished. I also added a cigarette card of a seal to that back page as well, and again I'm just going through and adding some clear stickers just to fill out any gaps. I don't like too much blank space on my pages. As I said, I like colour and pattern, and I like them to be quite busy. I'm not a simple journaling kind of person. I like lots of interest. My camera keeps losing a bit of focus at the minute. I'm sorry about that. It's because I've got a large blank space on that following page, on the right hand page. The camera doesn't like it, and it can struggle to focus when, yeah, if there's a large sort of blank space, it will struggle to autofocus. So yeah, that's what that is, and I don't know how to turn that off, so I do apologise. And here are my pages all finished. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I've got an exciting video next week. So next week I'll be uploading twice because I'm going to be showing you my holiday journaling. So we've got a whole week of journaling, and I've split it into 2 separate videos. So on Thursday you'll get part 1, and on Friday you'll get part 2, and they will be a little bit longer. I'm not finished editing them yet, so I'm not sure how long they'll be, but definitely a bit of a longer video. So yeah, I hope you enjoy them, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.